you. I needed that. I really did. I appreciate the energy today because I'm hurting. I'll tell you, I go through phases. I've talked about this before. Sometimes I sleep fine, and sometimes all the way through. I go to bed, night-night, and then I wake up in the morning, and all the way through. But lately, I'm having a problem sleeping, and I'm waking up every single night at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock. I wake up, and first it was like, wow, that's a coincidence, but every single... So if anybody needs a wake-up at 3 o'clock, I can call you, because I know exactly when it is. I have no trouble falling asleep. I lay in bed and right away go to sleep, but then once I wake up, I can't get back to sleep, and I'm bored, and I'm trying to, I stop tossing and turning thinking that's bad, so I just lay and stare at the ceiling, and then I start playing a game with the clock, Like, well, I wonder what time it is now. Bet it's 3:05. I bet it's like 5 minutes. It's got to be 3:05. That's how long it feels like. I can start judging increments of time. Then I look and it's 3:06, and I think, well, I probably started thinking at 3:05 that it was 3:05. Because I still win. I'm competitive that way. I have to play with myself. And then I hear the sprinklers go on, and I'm thinking, that's weird. I didn't know they went on this early. I wonder if that's the front yard. And when the backyard goes off, I guess they all are on timers, so there's not so much water, because that's a lot of water that goes on. How do sprinklers work? And then I'm on how sprinklers, how that triggers and what the water does. And then I'm thinking it's now really getting late, because I've been thinking about it for so long, and I've guessed that it's 4, which it is. And then I'm thinking I've got to get some sleep, and then I try to psych myself out like I'm laying in bed and I'm tired. That's a perfect recipe for sleep. Here I go. Nope. And then I'm awake, and then I start to fall asleep, and then I hear that bird. I've talked about the bird before. One relentless bird that has a whole routine, not just a little chirp, chirp, which would be okay, because that's kind of peaceful, like chirp, chirp, but it has a whole range of like a Mariah Carey on a branch outside of my house. All over the place. Just, the sun's not up. Why is that bird, And then I'm thinking, he could be drunk. There are berries out there or something that... I realize the early bird gets the worm, but it's not usually at the bottom of a tequila bottle, Everybody knows that birds are lightweights, and so I'm thinking maybe he has insomnia too, but he doesn't have to bring everybody down with him, The other birds must be aggravated, just like people are aggravating. There must be birds that all the other birds are like, cuckoo. And then a little later, I hear another bird start to chirp in, and I'm thinking, well, maybe it's time to get up, or maybe he's going, shut up, to the other bird. I can't get the bird's song out of my head. I got to replace it with another song and maybe a dance. Same time, 102, before we started the show, we passed out sheets of paper with numbers on it. Who has 102? All right, you win something. What do you win? A Toshiba home theater system. All of you. How about that? System. That's pretty cool. And the rest of you are winners, too, because Simon Cowell is here. American Idol. he's full of tough love, and if he doesn't love you, that's just tough. And she's tough but fair as the mom on Malcolm in the Middle. Jane Kaczmarek is here as well. And you remember the couple that got engaged on our show on Valentine's Day, Alicia and Jared? They're here too. They're such a cute couple. We sent Houston and Tony to Lexington, Kentucky last weekend to help them with their engagement party, and we're going to find out what happened later in the show. Now, outside, the Riff Raff, they're having their own party in the backyard. Let's check in and see what's going on with them out there. Our friends from Saddle Ranch Chop House are back, and they're back there cooking. Delicious ribs and all kinds of things back there. And they brought their famous mechanical bull. There's Houston right there.
Yeah, baby.
Go,
Come on.
Houston.
Come on.
Go, Houston. He's hanging on. Oh. He's doing
baby.
well.
Come on.
That's
Come
amazing.
On. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
All right. Now, some people were writing it earlier, and I was enjoying it so much. This is, I believe her name is Tammy Todd from San Diego. She didn't do as well as Houston. Take a look. She's fixing her barrette. That's the least of her worries. I might ride it a little later if my chaps are back from the dry cleaners. Yesterday I mentioned I was going to bring my prom photo. Prom photos are very similar to mug shots, but the only crime you've committed is a crime against fashion. After you see my prom photo, really, I should get 15 to life. I can't even tell you. I had forgotten what I thought looked good. And I know everybody wants to see the prom photo, but I'm going to give it to you a tiny bit at a time. I'm going to start with my date, and this was Richard Reynolds, my prom date. This is just him. Let's just say that I complimented him perfectly. Go to our website, send in your bad prom photos, and as soon as I get more of yours, then I'm going to show you mine. Because, yeah, no, I got to get some of yours first, and then I'll show you mine. I guarantee you. So, and he's going to be here later in the week. He's coming in from Texas because I have to apologize for showing that. Here's something I'll show you right now, a little thing I like to call audience dancing. And for some of you, it's really going to be like looking in a mirror because it's you. Let's take a look at you today. Everybody has so much fun when they're here at the show. The audience dances. Sometimes our guests get out of hand. They let their hair down. Sometimes they even let their pants down. Martin Sheen showed us his underwear, well, he was wearing my underwear that I gave him. But it's his underwear now. But anyway, he loves them, and he was wearing the Ellen underwear. On the West Wing, there's him. Then he sent another picture, Alice and Janney. And then we got this email from Heather Nelson from Las Vegas, Nevada. Hi, Ellen. I recently volunteered at a celebrity golf tournament in Las Vegas. My job was to drive around celebrities for the day as they played golf. My group consisted of Martin Sheen, Richie Sambora, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Kenny G. During a lull in the game, I walked over to Martin Sheen and asked him the question of the day. Mr. Sheen, do you have on your Ellen underwear? What? Mr. Sheen asked. I again asked, do you have on your Ellen underwear? Mr. Sheen pondered for a moment and said, well, yes, I do. My mind went into overload. The first words out of my mouth were, oh, you were so dropping your pants. He agreed, and I took this picture. There's him on the... Thanks for making me laugh every day, Heather Nelson. Well, thanks, Heather. I appreciate that very much. It seems like he enjoys that underwear. I'm glad he has it. It's a golf.
Pick up, it was an unplayable lie. And I appreciate you letting me play through.
Thanks for being here. And you have, from what I remember, you have 2 pair of underwear, and yet every single time we see you, which is not right.
No, it gets a little difficult. You know, I have to
wash it every single day.
Make sure, that they're washed. Yeah,
all right, well, I didn't want that to happen, so we've got you one.
Look at this.
We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I love it. Thank you very much. Oh, that's terrific.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Wow. I knew some good would come out of this.
Yeah. If I show up, maybe I'll get more underwear, and you're absolutely right. I'm glad you love them so much. They are comfortable. And
thank you so much.
All right.
That's so sweet.
Martin, thanks.
The show, Michael Douglas and Friends Charity Golf Tournament, which benefits the Motion Picture Fund, is going to air this Sunday afternoon on NBC. Right after the arena football match.
Oh, good. All right, so we'll see how you played then.
You bet.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye, love. God bless.
Simon Cowell here. We come back. I'll be talking to Alicia and Jared about their engagement party. Don't go away. On our Valentine's Day show, we helped Jared Pace from Lexington, Kentucky, surprise his girlfriend Alicia with a long-distance wedding proposal. At least that's what Jared thought. Take a look. Wait a minute. I got to stop you.
Okay.
You can't do it this way. Open up that door.
What door?
Come here.
Will you marry me?
Yeah, you don't even need that. I will marry you. I love you so much.
Last week, we surprised him again. We sent Tony to DJ in Houston to help out at their engagement party. Here to tell us about it, please welcome back Alicia and Jared. It's great to see you. Y'all look happy, and that was really so moving. And every time I see that, it was just, I mean, what's that like to watch the tape? Or have you seen it over and over again?
I know every line.
Yeah?
It's like Gone with the Wind. I'll never go hungry again. Anyway. It was awesome. Thank you so much for everything you did for the engagement party.
Was it fun?
It was so much fun. And even though you couldn't come, Cardboard Ellen was a huge success.
Really?
Yes!
She's a great dancer. She's a great dancer.
Oh, look. There's
little twinkle toes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm making them laugh. Yeah. That's great. And and Tony was there? Because you were going to just have a stereo or something?
Well, we were just gonna play the radio.
But Tony's mix was so awesome. And then I was kind of worried, like maybe Tony didn't want to come to Kentucky, but I look over like to see like how Tony's doing. He has like 6 or 8 girls all around him.
Yeah. No, he said he had a great time.
Oh, we had a great time with him.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Really cutting a run.
That's great.
No, but Tony was definitely an attraction for the ladies.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony, what does this button do?
Yeah. I know, I asked him that, and he's going, no, and then he missed his flight. I don't know why, but he missed his flight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a good idea.
Yeah. So, and was Houston helpful, or what did he break?
I don't know if he was helpful,
Yeah.
but he was a lot of fun. Houston, you know, he's just a character anyway. He's just running all around, doing whatever Houston does.
Oh.
Like he kept scratching the records, and Tony was so mad. And then, of course, yeah. The only people who swam were Tony and the dogs. Houston and the dogs.
Houston and the dogs swam?
The only people, yeah, they had a great time together, though.
God, that place looks beautiful, too.
Oh, man.
Whose house was that?
Caroline's boss, Ann McBrayer, she opened up her home to us, and it was just fabulous.
Wow,
It was
that's
gorgeous.
amazing. And so you're engaged.
Still.
Still. And
4 months going strong.
So what are you thinking for the wedding date?
Probably next May, like in a year. Oh, when's good for you? I mean, you're a bridesmaid, right?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
next May is good for me too. Yeah, that's good.
You'll
we
be a
finish
beautiful
around.
bridesmaid.
Well, thank you very much. Do I get to pick out my dress?
Well, we'll collaborate.
All right. Because maybe when you see my prom dress, we'll want to recreate that. It's really nice. It's a one of a kind.
If we had poofy sleeves, then
Yeah.
we'll really get
Yeah.
along.
Yeah, no, they're not poofy sleeves. Yeah. Oh, you can't wait to see it, I'll tell you. All right, I have some really, really good news for you, but I'm not going to tell you right now.
Why?
Because that's how we do it in TV. We tell you there's good news, and then we show it to you later. It's called teasing you. So, and you went to the Kentucky Derby, right?
Thank
Yes.
you. Oh, it's a dream come true.
How was that?
Oh,
We could see the whole track, and I cashed one ticket for $4 whole.
Really?
big winner.
Yeah. $3 more than my mom in Vegas. That's great. You had some sunglasses on. Were you hurting the next day?
Well, a little bit. Me and Houston got a little rowdy the night before. Yeah.
Well,
Houston showed Jared a good time, but he wasn't there to help the recovery the next day.
No. Well, it sounds like y'all had so much fun. And last time, we really didn't give you anything. You really admired that chocolate fountain, right? Is that what you...
It was amazing.
Yeah.
He
Well,
stuck everything in the fountain. Fingers, cucumbers, pretzels, everything that was on the table was in the fountain.
don't ruin it again, but we're giving you one. Look outside. There's one for you outside. So that's for you. All right. We're going to send you outside.
Okay.
And you're going to enjoy the fountain. You want to ride the bull if you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. Take care of yourselves, though. Be careful. And then later in the show, like I said, I think you're going to, I'm going to freak your freaks with what I'm going to tell
My
you.
freak is ready to be free.
Yeah, well, your freak will be freaked. I promise you. All right, Simon Cowell joins us after this. We'll be right back. Our first guest never has a problem saying what's on his mind. Take a look. From American Idol, please welcome back Simon Cowell. Now, see, you get this response when you come out, and then people start booing you when you start talking on the show. When they see you walk into the theater there, do they give you this kind of response?
No.
Do they boo when they
No,
see you?
you have a nice audience.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, what's going on? How is the controversy going to affect, or has it? Because, I watched last week, and Paula is there, and then, later that night, there's going to be a special on what's going on. How do you feel about all this? Do you care? Do you...
I feel that she cheated on me. I'm hurt, Ellen. Actually, no, it was quite funny because, we'd seen the trailers like everybody else. Shock, horror, you won't believe what's on this show. And we were watching the show together, and it was like, yes. And then it was quite obvious that this was actually just a huge plug for his appalling new album. I don't know if you heard the song he sang on the show. I mean, it was just terrible.
No.
Well, it wasn't great.
No.
And so you think, well, it probably wasn't worth it. And I have to say, in defense of Paul, I've worked with her now 4 seasons. I mean, you would have heard rumors of this stuff. You know what it's like when you work on a show.
Right.
And it was all news to me, and I think it was all news to her. And I think it's just another controversy, isn't it, on American Idol? And
is she doing okay? Because that's hard that people are talking about this. It's such a huge...
I think she's half hating it and half loving it. Yeah.
Well, and we'll see if it gets more people to watch to see if there's something going on.
Yeah, I think
Right?
so, yeah. You know, we make a reality show, these things happen. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody believed the guy. I don't believe a word he said, and
Yeah.
I think the audience are more intelligent than that.
Well, it was very interesting timing that, you know, he waited to talk about it until his album was coming out.
It was just such a spooky coincidence,
weird-
wasn't it? Yeah. Weird.
Weird coincidence.
Wow.
What's interesting is I've said this before, I find myself, when Ryan Seacrest has been on the show, I always agree with you. Whenever you critique a performance, I always agree with what you're saying. So I wouldn't say it the way you're saying it, but
So you think it.
well,
You do think it.
you know, no, I don't think it the way you do. It's not that
Look at
harsh.
me.
I don't.
Ellen.
No, I don't.
Not even a tiny bit.
No, I really don't. I just think they shouldn't be there.
That's much kinder. Actually, you look like Ryan.
Yeah. No, I don't.
You do.
I do?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
bad, I guess.
younger.
All right, so so it's down to the final 4, and I'm hooked like everybody else, and I think I know who's going to win. Who do you think is going to win?
I think it's going to be Carrie and Beau in the final.
Yes, me too.
And I think it would be a close final like we had when Ruben and Clay were together. You know, when last year it was a walkover,
Right.
wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't a final, it was a procession.
Right.
But this year, you know, I wouldn't be able to predict out of those 2.
Yeah.
So I'm touching wood, crossing fingers that it will be those 2 in the
Yeah.
final. So get on the phone, please.
Yeah, I think
Do
it
the
is
right
going to be.
thing.
And Carrie, I mean, obviously, I mean, both of them are going to have a career, whoever wins. But, and I would have thought Nadia would have been in the finals. She's got a great look and a great voice. I was really surprised that she was gone. She was great. And also Constantine should not have left so soon. That was, you know.
I think it was 1 pout too many, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
No, they didn't mind the pouts at all. I don't think people minded the pouts. They thought that was sexy.
I miss him because, you know, he was one of those guys which you kind of look forward to the performance because you never knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But no one was more surprised than him.
Yeah.
You know, he was already practicing, you know, the acceptance
Right.
speech and gone.
Well,
you know?
he's talented, and he was on the show, as we have everyone who's, you know, cast off. He's a great guy, really sweet guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy,
He
yeah.
was very nice.
Yeah,
so,
funny.
And we are going to have your group on soon. Do you call them a group, Il Divo? Do you call them what do you call them?
I guess they're a
Singers,
group. Yeah,
yeah.
They're 4 singers, 4 classical singers, yes.
I can't wait to have them on. They're amazing. This is, you found them, you created them, you didn't create them, but you created them as a group.
Yeah, I mean, we literally scoured the world for 4 operatic singers, and it took a long, long time. It took about 3 years, and we found these 4 guys, and we introduced them, and they got on well, and we offered them a recording contract, and then it all went fantastically well. It was a thrill. Very intimidating because these guys are unbelievable singers.
Yeah, and you're doing very well. I mean, they're all over the world. They're doing very, very well.
Yeah, I think today we found out they're #1, I think, in 11 countries or something.
It's
this
incredible.
week. Yeah,
And they're good
incredible.
looking, and they're young,
Yeah.
and that's great. Good for you.
Thank you.
All right, well, they're on later in the month. They're on later in this month. And
Yeah.
all right, we have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to play one of my favorite games.
Will I like it?
All right. Yes, you will.
Okay.
Yes.
You sure?
Degenerates out.
Okay.
Every week on American Idol, you try to decide who is going to be the next big star. We wanted to challenge you to see how well you know today's stars. So it's time to play one of my favorite games, Celebrity. All right, you and I, we each have 45 seconds to guess as many celebrities as we can. And I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Yes? All right. She's married to Mark Antony.
Oh, Jennifer Lopez.
That's right. And he is married to Britney Spears.
Oh, God, I just know him as Lucky. Will that do?
No, you're cheating on my...
But everyone knows who I mean.
Yeah.
All
right,
Mr. Nobody.
we'll pass. Near or far, wherever you are. Come on. She's...
I think that was supposed to be...
Oh, come on.
You know, the one who used to have bad teeth, now has good teeth.
What? She's in Vegas. She has a show, and she's married to Renee.
Celine Dion.
You're cheating.
No,
You're
but she
not
used to have
getting
bad teeth.
anything for me, and you should know
you're
these
not helping
people.
her, you're singing.
He's engaged to Jennifer Garner. Ben Affleck.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know he was engaged to Jennifer?
No, I had no idea.
They just announced it.
Well, you've told me now, but I didn't know before.
God. Oh, well, I'm going to go as slow as you did. Go.
Okay, right. Small.
Small?
Weird. Likes the color purple.
Prince.
Thank you. Can I skip this one because I don't know much about her?
Do you know anything about time? We have
No,
45
Lindsay
seconds.
Lohan it was. Okay, Randy uses this word a lot when he's describing contestants.
Dog. Snoop Dogg.
Correct. It's just been #1 in the charts. Big lips. I was going to say something else. Blonde.
Blonde, big lips.
Yes. And #1 in the charts, album charts.
Mariah Carey.
Correct.
Listen, that was the saddest game of celebrity I've ever
No, but
played.
I'm English. I don't know all this stuff.
Right. Well, then we need to play more often. And
Well,
you're
no, we'll
supposed
play with British contestants.
Yeah. Well, okay. Or yes, you can play with British contestants. I like speeding along and going.
Yeah, but I don't know anything
yes,
about these
the
people. What can I say
guy-
about Lindsay Lohan?
I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you.
American Idol. American Idol airs on Fox Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock and Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Today is National Teachers Day, and in the luxury box we have Sherry Schofield and Karen Reef from Avocado Elementary in Rancho San Diego, California. Welcome. Our next guest stars is the wacky mom on the Fox hit Malcolm in the Middle. Please welcome back the original Desperate Housewife, Jane Kaczmarek.
I just said it's always nice to see Ellen, but I'm starting to think maybe I like her audience. Are you guys all teachers? Is this a big teacher gang? I got my degree in secondary ed. Hardest job. God bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you.
So in the clip, have you been in a pageant before?
No, I'm a rather large Polish girl, but I could have been Miss Poland maybe if I moved back to Warsaw. I love beauty pageants.
You do?
I love them. I mean, to this day, it's something, if I have a guilty pleasure, it'll be watching the Miss America pageant. And I think it was, you know, being a kid in Milwaukee, the basement ruled supreme. And we used to put on beauty pageants in the basement.
Who's we?
Kathy Koch, Katie O'Loughlin, my sister, Mary. Chico Brzezinski from across the alley would like to have participated, but we didn't let the boys in. The boys were the judges.
Chico Brzezinski?
Chico Brzezinski,
Good.
Gladys and Louis' son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good name.
The south side of Milwaukee was a great place to grow up. But, you know, remember the days there were encyclopedias before there
My
was
mother
the
used to
internet?
sell encyclopedias.
I probably got my idea for Miss Scotland from an encyclopedia your mother sold. We would go through encyclopedias, and there were these beautiful color plates for the countries, different countries around the world. And they would always have national dress. And we would go around the house looking for things that could be, I remember being Miss Scotland and went to Catholic school, so I already had the kilts, the little plaid kilt.
Right.
And taking a plaid muffler and kind of tying it around here with a pin and putting on a tam, and I was Miss Scotland.
Oh, that's
and one year, I was Miss India. I took some leftover curtain fabric my mother had in the kitchen, and I wrapped it around myself as a sari and put some beads on my head, and was a very well-fed Miss India.
Wow, that's how old were you? You're 25.
We moved in '67, so it was all prior to 5th, 6th grade. And there was a girl named Maureen O'Loughlin who was a little older, and she'd be kind of the pageant organizer. And of course, then you had to have judges.
Yeah, who were the judges?
Well, our brothers.
Oh. Was there payola? Was there any kind of...
No. But they got to see, we'd go down in the basement, and you know, those wonderful basements, those old basements. I know you grew up in New Orleans, so you were below sea level in the first place.
We had basements in New Orleans.
That were really low down.
Yeah, well, it was to try to keep us from getting flooded all the time. We were above, for that reason.
But you know, there was the sump pump down there, and there were the stationary tubs. You'd play horses and just drink water out of the stationary tub.
You act like that's such a norm. You play horses and you drink from the water.
As if the only thing horses do is stand up and drink water. But that was, you'd say, you want to play horses? Yeah, and you'd just start filling up the stationary tub with water. And then you'd kind of, you know, go like this, and put your hands behind your back and drink water out of the stationary tub. There'd be that big fluorescent light fixture, you know, that kind of went on with the string that your father set up, my father set up, and you remember my father?
Yes, lovely. He was thrifty.
He's a brilliantly resourcewful man.
And well, how did you, speaking of that, for your prom dress? Because I'm sure you went to the prom. What did they make something, or did you get?
No. But I worked at Casual Corner in those days.
Oh,
you know,
so you got something
at the mall. And I went to prom in 1973 when sweater dresses were very fashionable. And I remember wearing this green knit sweater dress that I got from Casual Corner, and you know, you do your hair and you do your makeup, and I came down the stairs, and my father was taking movies, those old movies, coming down the steps, and everyone ooh ah, and my mother said, "You march right upstairs and put on a bra." I had nothing. I mean, you know, I had like a little A cup. But you know, you obeyed your mother, and I marched upstairs and put this bra on, a little one-size-fits-all thing under my sweater dress, and she got a call later from my date's father that the bra was in his glove compartment.
Oh.
And it wasn't for any hanky-panky. It was just that I thought it ruined the line of the dress.
Yeah. I'm going to commercial. Don't show it. Don't show it to them. Malcolm in the Middle is on Sundays at 7:30
I don't even need glasses for that.
And we have a huge surprise for Alicia and Jared when we come back. Don't go away. This is my prom. We're back with Alicia and Jared. We're back with Alicia and Jared. Earlier in the show, they announced their wedding date, which is May 2006. So what kind of planning? Have you started anything?
Just looked for a couple of wedding dresses, that's all. But we haven't established a budget yet, so every magazine I read says you should establish a budget first before you get your hopes up.
Because they're expensive dresses, probably, yeah. And are you getting involved at all, Jared?
Well, if you want to call it that. Alicia will ask my opinion, and I'll give it to her, and then she tells me what she's going to do anyway, so I don't know what the point is.
We have a great relationship.
Well, she's just giving you a chance to agree with her, and then if you don't, then she goes along with it.
Exactly.
And where do you want the wedding? Are you going to do it in Kentucky, or where do you want to do it?
Oh, we'd like to do it in Kentucky. We both grew up in Kentucky. We met in Kentucky, and it's beautiful. So that's kind of where we're thinking.
What about that house that you were at?
Oh, yeah, that'd be a dream.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
All right, so we know that it is about a budget. You really have to have a budget first before you. So we found this book, and it's How to Have a Big Wedding on a Small Budget. Awesome. And so maybe you can read this aloud right here.
Dear Alicia and Jared, don't worry about the budget for the wedding because we are going to throw the entire wedding for you! We'll help you choose the venue, plan and pay for your reception and honeymoon, and we'll follow all the preparation leading up to your big day. What do you say,
Good hug.
All right. And I'm not going to be your bridesmaid. I won't do it. I do want to be there. I want to go, and not only am I going, we're taking the entire show, and we're going to be there. So whenever you want to do it, in May or whatever, we're taking the show. I'm going. And
Even if it's a year?
yeah, whatever you
Oh
want.
my gosh!
All right. It's going to be big. Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything.
Thank you isn't even enough.
Y'all are adorable. We're happy for you. We'll be
you.
right back right after this. I want to thank Simon Cowell, Jane Kaczmarek, Martin Sheen, Alicia, and Jared. Everybody in the audience is getting a free dinner at Saddle Ranch Chop House. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.